Hello everyone, I am Erika of the storytellingjubiler.com and this is our weekly live Bead Together. No one has to bead alone. Today we are going to work on the Anita bracelet and I am really excited about it. So first of all, can you please tell me in a comment if you can hear me, if you can see me? I always like to make sure at the beginning right away if all the technical aspects are all right. Hello, Sarah. Nice to see you. Connie, Kata. Kata says she can hear me and she can see me. That's great. How are you ladies today? Were you already resting or still working hard? Tell me about your day a little bit. Maria. Anne also says that she can hear me and she can see me. Marianne, Anita, Liv, hello ladies. Adriana, ahoy. So, tell me about your days a little bit. Anna, Alice, Monica. Wonderful, wonderful company. Niti. Katy, and Katy says, I hear you. And first time I'm not in PJs. Well, I have to confess that I am again in yoga pants. I will try not to stand up. Lisa. So, Anne says that she had a cooking day. So she has plenty of time now. Oh, and Teresa, hello. Teresa says, hi, how was your biking trip? Can hear and see you, and pattern is there. Thanks. Teresa, thank you so much for asking. The biking trip was really nice and recharging. It was really amazing to get out of the city a little bit. And it was also a nice challenge as we started by biking on the first 2 days, 120, and then again 120 kilometers, and on the third 145. And all along, we were in beautiful nature, along the Maas River, sometimes in the Netherlands, sometimes in Belgium. And it was just very, very relaxing. And we also took a day of rest in Antwerp, and that was also a very nice day. Corina is with us. Anita, Katy. Katy says, hello, Erika, and all the other beading addicts. Joanna, hello. Joanna says, hello, everyone. I am sharing my lunch break with you today. Enjoy your lunch, Joanna. Anita says that she was busy in the garden, and now fast she's coming to her beading board so she can participate in the workshop. Welcome, Anita. And Liv says, I am out for a walk with my twins. You have twins? How old are they? I try to get time for beading. Deb says, good morning, everyone. Sarah says, I got my new photo studio, so I have been busy. And then you can still use it for taking pictures for the contest entries, maybe. And Niti says, we walked on the Veluwe. Veluwe is a beautiful natural reserve in the Netherlands. And Niti spotted a bunny next to her room. Nicolene, hello. Tandy. Kata is in vacation mode. And she's recharging. Good. Marianne was beading already. Katy is beading, a tutorial from Monique from Virvarkalen. Sharon, hello. Beverly, Malka, Maria, Sherry. And Liv says that her twins are 8 years old. So I'm really happy to hear that you all had a nice day, and I'm glad that you made time to be with us today here. So indeed, no one has to be alone. The printable file to accompany today's lesson is already online. Those who are members of the Storytelling Beading Club, you have already seen the link and you confirmed to me, thank you very much for testing, that it works well. So it is already possible to visit the storytellingjuveler.com/no one has to be alone / and then you can decide if you would like to download the pattern for free, and then in that case it is my helping hand to you during these hard times, or you can also decide to buy it for a small amount for €5, and then you are helping us so the broadcast can continue. And anyway, I am very, very grateful for every share, for every mention, for every time when you decide to tell about this to your friends. So thank you so much for everything. And the link will stay on the screen a little bit so everyone can see it, and you can head over and download the file and print it just to make it easier to follow. Corinne says that today she's sitting and watching, and she will bead the bracelet tomorrow. And that's also a very nice way of just taking part and enjoying the company. So thank you so much, Corinne, for being here with us. And yeah, also looking forward to your bracelet tomorrow. And before we start, I just wanted to tell you about something what happened to me this week. We were already talking about some nice things what we did today, but I want to tell you a bit about how I was feeling lately, and then what happened to me this week. So when all of these crazy times started, and then we started to like social distancing, wearing masks to make sure that everyone is staying healthy, and yeah, just avoiding gatherings, avoiding other people, then I was really like, yeah, also scared a bit. But also, you know, one of the reasons why I love Amsterdam so much is that people are so open to like just engaging in small conversations, to just, yeah, you make eye contact accidentally with someone on the street and they smile back, or you start to speak someone who is standing next to you in the shop, and it's just, I think, a good way of living. And when Corona started, then of course, as we were like keeping distance from each other, then yeah, this was not happening that much. Also not so easy to like smile when you have a face mask on, right? So I started to worry that my beloved Amsterdam will indeed change. But then like this week, as I was in the small shop next to us, and I wanted to buy a smoothie, I still wanted to work in the evening, and I just felt that I need a little bit of energy. So when I was standing next to the cashier, then she told me that the smoothie is a gift from her to me to just enjoy it, because she already decided that she will make new ones in the evenings and she would get anyway rid of them, so I should just take it as a gift. And that already made me smile. But then she even asked me like, okay, by the way, do you live alone? And I told her, no, I don't live alone. I live with my husband. At the moment, it's the two of us, Kat and Edward. You know them, they are house sitting, also in Amsterdam. So I told her that it's the two of us. And then she told me like, okay, so grab some more so you can take it to your husband. And that's also a gift from me. And that's just made me feel so nice. And I just wanted to mention you this small story and encourage you to like just be randomly kind on the street, even to strangers, because you don't know how much that means to them, and you will get it back also. So just something little what I really wanted to share. And Teresa, in the meanwhile, we have more beaders joining us. Teresa, Katie from New Jersey, and Mary Ellen, Edith, Angelica. Angelica was not beading today. Every time she begins to bead, it begins to rain. And Anne says that she was very busy this week, so she's just going to listen and bead some triangles for a bag she's making. And about the story I shared, Maria says, exactly. And got a so nice experience. And Teresa, paying it forward is a good thing. So just, if we took away something else from today's lesson, not only the beading pattern, then just let's remember to be randomly kind to each other. So, today, Susan, hello, from MIYUKI, from Bead and Button City. And Katie says, I think those smoothies were now more tasty than on other moments because of the sweet gesture from the lady. Yes, indeed. I just enjoyed it so much, Katie, you can't believe. It was really, really nice. So today we are going to work on the Anita bracelet, but before we would proceed, I would like to mention the contest we have, the first storytelling beading contest. The deadline was a little bit extended because we wanted to help those who were waiting for some last resources to finish their entry pieces. Our world is affected by Corona. Our world is affected in every possible way, including bead deliveries. And since every member of the jury agreed of giving you a little bit more time, so that's what's happening. You can still enter until midnight Central European time tomorrow. So head over to thestorytellingjuveler.com to read the rules one more time if you would like to, and we are really looking forward to your entries. I would like to mention our sponsors, Matubo Beads, who is our main sponsor, and also Bead and Jewelry Magazine and Bead and Button. And yeah, I have already seen some of the entries and they are just amazing. You are going to love them once they are up on the website and on social media. And besides the contest, I would like to mention that again, we have a special deal for the week. And this time we wanted to accommodate those who told us that there are often not so many colors available from TILA, half TILA and quarter TILA beads at one place. So we decided to broaden the assortment, and now you can find like many different beautiful colors from these 2-hole MIYUKI beads at thestorytellingjuveler.com. And until the 1st of July, if you shop, then you get automatically 15% discount from the price of all of these beads. So if you need some more colors, then this is the place. By the way, besides the regular shipping service, which we use we also decided to add the possibility to ship your orders by FedEx or by GLS, depending on what you choose or what's available in your country. And yes, that is a more expensive but a lot faster shipping option. For example, just this week, one of our beaders managed to get her bead order in less than 24 hours. And the bead order traveled through like all Europe. And the price of shipping, it's decreasing as your order value is growing. So by 300 euros, it is free for nearly all the countries all over the world. So Katalin joined us in the meanwhile. Lynn, Wendy also from Milwaukee, Elena says, hello everyone, finally I have managed to join. I am looking forward to be together. Me too, Elena, and I'm really, really happy that you are here. Sharon says, hello from Buffalo. Some of my family was visiting. As they left this morning, they asked what I would be doing. I told them I was going to the Netherlands for a beading class, so they told me to enjoy my trip. Safe travels, Sharon, safe travels. Zuzi is with us. She says, hi, Erika and everyone. Not beading as we have visitors. Enjoy your time. Thank you, Zuzi, and enjoy your time with your visitors. And Teresa is asking, 1st of August? Nope, I'm sorry. I made accidentally 2 versions from this banner. And the 1st of July, that's not the right one. That's a very good insight. And my head is already with my beads, I think, because I didn't even notice when I said it that, well, the 1st of July is already behind us. It's until the 26th of July. The special deals, they are always valid for a week, always starting on Tuesday and valid until the next Monday. And yeah, Amy is with us also of Bead and Glass Boutique, Ingrid Frida. So, and Teresa is asking if we can use a big rhinestone or a button in place of the rhinestone. You can use a bigger rhinestone. It will cover more from the motif, of course, but it is possible. Or you can actually skip using a rhinestone and then it's less blingy and you will just have seed beads and the half TILA in the middle. But I think that's also really nice. So it's absolutely up to your personal preference. That's what do you like. Susan, also from Milwaukee, hello. Honey has to go. Have a nice evening with your brother, Honey, and hello, Hilly. So back to our Anita bracelet. One moment. Here is a big picture on the screen so you can see it better. And please tell me if you are prepared. And let's go fast over our material list to make sure that we have everything, okay? So, for the bracelet, you will need MIYUKI half TILA beads, MIYUKI TILA beads, then you need MIYUKI DELICA 11s, you need MIYUKI round seed beads in size 15, and you need some 3mm fire polished beads. I added some 4mm Sue on Preciosa rhinestones in the middle. And actually, I really wanted to mention that that was the idea of Anita, who is with us here, Niti. I'm sure that everyone who is a member of the Storytelling Beading Club knows her very well, not only because of her beautiful, colorful creations, but also that she makes sure to comment and give compliments and help out everyone she can. So it was her idea to add some rhinestones in the middle, and that's why I chose the name Anita for the bracelet. So Teresa is ready. Reinhilde joined us. So let's get started. Last week we had some glitches with the second camera. Recently I finally received my second camera, so I can show you my hands, how I am working. And it was not ideal last week as we had some echo and the zooming problems and whatever, but hopefully it is improved by now as I tested and I managed to find some settings which will make it hopefully better. So please let me know that how is it on your side. So let's get started. As always, we will work with FIRELINE number 12 or 4LB for our American folks. By the way, I just added also FIRELINE to the web shop in the black satin color, which is amazing because it doesn't dirty your hands. So you can also find it now at thestorytellingjuveler.com. And I am using a tulip beading needle. And yeah, I just got a comfortable length of thread. Anyway, I will need to add some more thread because I can't go in one go. So I would not advise to use like an extremely long piece of thread because it will just get tangled. You will need to add some thread. Okay, so Kata says that so far everything is fine with the two cams. Thank you so much for the feedback. And yeah, Hilly has to go, so wishing you a nice weekend, Hilly. Thanks for checking in. And hello, Erika. And let's get started. So, at first, okay, I will play a little bit with the settings. Just a moment. Just a moment. So, as you see on the first picture, you will need to pick up. Oh, Amy, sorry, Amy is also back to work. She says, happy beading and thank you always for being able to hear your voice every week. Thank you so much, Amy, for your kind words and for checking in. And please also remember to take a rest after working so much. And talk to you soon. So, back to picture one. In step one, we will need to pick up 4 pieces of half TILA beads and 4 pieces of MIYUKI DELICA 11s. We will start with a half TILA and then we will alternate between the half TILAs and between the cylinder-shaped beads. So altogether 4 half TILAs and 4 cylinder-shaped beads. And when you are done, then you can retrace the thread path, just go through all of the beads one more time to join them into a little circle. And when you join them, then you can actually tie a knot just to make the whole thing sturdier. So this is what I have at the moment. Question, shall I put my camera closer to the bead mat or is it okay like this? I think I will try putting it closer to see how it looks like at the moment, but keep me please updated with what do you prefer. So, now that I have my 8 beads, I will bead through all of them one more time. And then I make sure to like leave about 10 to 12 centimeters of a tail, which I will secure and trim later. Lisa is asking, silly question. No silly questions. Please ask everything what comes to your mind. Do the TILA have a top and bottom? Yes, indeed. All the MIYUKI 2-hole beads, quarter TILA, half TILA, TILA, they have a top and the bottom. And ideally, you want the bump to face the top of your beadwork. That's when you are a perfectionist beader. And you already are kind of like trained to work with these kinds of beads. If it's your first time, then I would not bother so much because it doesn't make like a huge difference. But if you are noticing it, that they have a top and the bottom, then try to make them, try to arrange them with the bumpy side up. Adriana is asking if something happened to the microphone. No, it should be the same as before. I'm sorry. A little bit more adjusting. Okay. Oh, this is I can't work. Okay. So I have my little circle or square, and now I am tying 2 knots, actually, 2 simple knots. And then I know what is the sound. The ventilation of my notebook started. I'm trying to like shut down some of the programs which might be running in the background. So the ventilation doesn't need to like go strong. That was it. Okay. The diagrams should not make a difference in the sound. Yeah, the hissing sound is the ventilation of my notebook, I'm afraid. 1 second. Adi. I'm asking for some technical assistance. Can you please come here for a second? Do you think I can shut down some more programs because the ventilation is on? And oh, Ula says that it's an echo when I speak. I tried with my headphone, but oh no, not like this. Nicolene is asking in the meanwhile if it's the 4mm rhinestones. If we get what size is the 4mm rhinestones is SS16. Okay, so when I move the camera, no, I'm not moving, I'm not zooming actually, but I literally moved the camera, so there is no zooming sound. But maybe the notebook is just working harder because it's working with 2 cameras at the moment. So I'm sorry, but I don't think I can eliminate it at the moment. Can we continue, or is it very disturbing? If it's very disturbing, then I will not show you my hands, just the diagrams. Can you please tell me that what do you prefer? Okay, Doreen says that she can hear me fine. Considering you are broadcasting all over the world, could be the internet connection. So, in the meanwhile, let's continue. So, I tied the knots, and now I need to pass through a half TILA and a cylinder bead. I want to finish in a cylinder bead. And now, in the case, okay, Teresa says the noise is fine, we can hear you just fine. Okay, that's great. So I am exiting now a MIYUKI DELICA bead. And in the case that you are not using rhinestones, then you can skip step number 2. But if you are using rhinestones, then now I'm showing that how do I do it. So I am exiting this DELICA bead. I picked up the 4mm rhinestone, and now I am crossing through the DELICA on the opposite side of this small motif that I finished for now. And then I bead back through the rhinestone, and I bead one more time through the DELICA bead, which I was exiting before I would pick up the rhinestone. It is already laying flat on top of the motif. Now I will bead through the next half TILA and the next DELICA bead, and I repeat the same, that after exiting the DELICA, I bead through the rhinestone, then I bead through the DELICA on the opposite side of the rhinestone, I bead back through the rhinestone, and then one more time through the DELICA I was exiting before beading through the rhinestone. So at the moment I have a little cross made from half TILAs in between the MIYUKI DELICA beads, and then on top of the cross I have the rhinestone. So I hope you have something similar on your bead mat. Let me know if you have any questions. I hide picture 1. And this is, by the way, the 3rd step. So, how is it going? Can you follow it so far? Still like putting with my bead mat a little bit, so find the best position. So now I will hide step number 2, and I will show you step number 4. So after I went through the rhinestone the 2nd time, then I went through the DELICA bead. I will continue through the next half TILA, first through the inside hole, and then I turn to the opposite direction by sewing through the outside hole of it too. And now, a very easy step to do. I will pick up half TILA bead, pick up TILA beads, and I will add a TILA bead between the open holes of the half TILAs. This is the first one added. And Sharon says, it is amazing. Love my colors for a change. That's great. By the way, me too today. Really. And now I'm continuing with the second TILA. I bead through the open hole of the second half TILA. Then I'm adding the third one. And the fourth one. This is how it looks like. Already I like to bead with big beads because the progress is just really amazing, so much better than last week with all the seed beads, right? So this is how it looks like at the moment, and I will go around one more time to make it sturdier, and then when I finish the second circle, then I will turn to the opposite direction by sewing through the open hole of a TILA bead. So I can continue adding more beads, and this time between the open holes of the TILA. One thing I wanted to mention is that please make sure to be a bit careful with the MIYUKI 2-hole beads, because even if they are bigger beads, they tend to be kind of fragile. So it can happen that if you are not careful, then they chip a little bit or they break completely. So please just make sure to be careful. And Anne says, it took me all weekend to make the cobblestone bracelet. I never finished mine. I have just half a bracelet, I have to admit. And by the way, one of our fellow club members, Sherry, she is already like preparing for her second one. So I think we need to like really congratulate her on her resilience. Hello, Nancy. So I went all around, and now I am turning to the opposite direction by beading through the open hole of a TILA beads. Hilda has a question. Hello, Hilda. I am late. A question. Do you use rhinestone 4mm? Yes, indeed. And please download the printable file, and there you will see all the sizes and all the amounts. This is the link, thestorytellingjuveler.com/no-one-has-to-bead-alone/. So please tell me, how is it going? I am really curious all the time to get some feedback. And now I will hide my third picture and I will show my fifth picture. And this time we will be adding groups of beads between the open holes of the TILA beads. And between every TILA, there will be a group of 5 beads. 3 number 15 round seed beads, I use MIYUKI, and then 2 half TILA beads. So you start and finish with a number 15 seed bead, so it goes like 15 half TILA, 15 half TILA, and 15. And then you bead through the open hole of the next TILA, and then you repeat this. And that's it. And it's not on the picture, but I want to emphasize that please go all around the beads one more time to make this sturdier. I just didn't want to make the illustrations very messy, So I didn't draw it every time because then it's a little bit harder to follow. But in the case of this bracelet, please make sure to go around one more time. And Lisa says it's good. Joanna says it's going well. Elena, it is going so lovely. I really like the colors. And I'm already curious. And or masochist Sherry, she says, I like those type of patterns. So, kudos to you. I like how it looks like at the end, but I just can't push myself to finish it. So this is my first group, and then I'm going through the open hole of the next TILA bead and picking up the second group of beads. By the way, Adam is not only helping us when there is some trouble with the sound settings, but actually during the past weeks he helped me to renew a bit the website. So when you go to the storytellingjeweler.com, then you will not notice anything, but the motor of the website is new. So I wanted to just tell you that if you notice anything strange, then just please let us know, let me know, so we can take care of it. So I have 3 groups of beads already, and I'm adding the last group. And then I'm beading through all of the beads one more time to make sure that everything is sturdy. You can also, by the way, try beading it with a thicker thread with number 15 FIRELINE, for example. Unfortunately, I don't have it at the moment, so I couldn't test it, but my best guess is then in that case you don't have to go around one more time, so it saves you time. And as we are beading all around the motif, the goal is to finish in a half TILA, as you see on the picture. And when you go through the already used hole of the half TILA, then you also bead through the open hole. And the thread, it should hang like towards the other half TILA in that pair. And then we will start adding beads in between. And Sarah says, I like my colors too. Of course, it's turquoise and bronze. It's one of my favorite combinations, Sarah. And you know, ladies, it's so funny because we really seem to be in like harmony. There are some days when everyone is like, oh my God, I'm not so sure about the colors. I will cut it apart. I have to try one more time. I will change this. I will change that. And then there are those days when like everyone is like, or nearly everyone is like, oh my God, this is already amazing. I'm already loving this. So this is a good day, it seems. And Kata, she says, I am using Jet AB, seafoam, and lilac, and some gray luster. Liking it. And Lisa said, I put a 3mm bicone in the center and it worked. Thank you for sharing your idea, Lisa. Yes, indeed, it's actually really easy to substitute the rhinestone with something else. If you don't have it, but you still wanted to make blingy, then yeah, I'm pretty sure that you will find something in your stash. Shirley, hello. She says, hello everyone. I can't bead with you today, but I will catch up later. Thank you for checking in. So I finished the 5th step. I will now hide the 4th one and put on screen the 6th one, which is already the finishing step of the first motif. Ladies, let me know please that how is it going with you, and I will start explaining the 6th step and also showing it to you. And taking a sip of water. And surprise, surprise, taking a sip of coffee. So in the 6th step, what we need to do is that we will add 3 millimeter fire polished beads between the half tila beads, and always between the half tila and the tila bead, we will add 2 pieces of number 15 seed beads. So it's actually really easy. Just this is the logic what you need to follow all around. A 3 millimeter fire polished between half tilas and 2 pieces of seed beads between a half tila and a tila bead. And again, you can go around 2 times. Teresa says, I use the 4 millimeter round in the center and I love the bling. Anita says, my colors are also turquoise and bronze with a 5 millimeter rhinestone. Turquoise and bronze is a really, I think, beloved combination in our group. And I can confirm, I think, that I am not the one to blame for the turquoise addiction, because already many of you, for example, Nicolene, told that you were always loving it. But it's just funny how turquoise lovers came together, right? By the way, is there anyone here who doesn't like turquoise? Like, you don't have to be afraid to admit it. If you don't like turquoise, like, no worries. It's not like you will be excluded. But I am just curious because, you know, I'm all obsessed with turquoise, and I can see a lot of other beaders being obsessed with turquoise. But I'm just curious that if there is someone who really like doesn't like turquoise. Oops, sorry, sometimes I move my hands from the camera. You know, it's just like, I think I will draw a square or something on my bead board to know that where should I keep my hand so it's on the camera, in fact. So many things to like think about at the same time. Okay, I will remove my beads from the screen. That's not important. Kata says, nobody dares to admit it. I'm afraid. But you know, like, our group is so inclusive. Everyone with all kinds of backgrounds is included and is in our hearts. The turquoise haters can admit it. Kata says, turquoise is the ultimate color. And Sherry says, turquoise is in everything I make. I love it. Mary Ellen, surprise, mine is turquoise, bronze, and light purple opaque half tilas. It sounds amazing. Turquoise with purple, I think it's a great combination. Connie is back. And Elena says, I really adore turquoise. Can it just be that somehow like turquoise addicts attract other turquoise addicts? Isn't this funny? Okay, I'm trying to go. I nearly swore. So, yeah, I'm trying to add my beads all around. Lisa says, I'm using green iris and turquoise. Monica says, I never used turquoise. Why? Monica, if you place an order next time at thestorytellingjeweler.com, you know what? I will send you some turquoise beads as a gift just to challenge you. What do you think? And Susan says, we all bleed turquoise. Possibly, possibly. So, Monica, please be prepared for the challenge, okay? You will have to try turquoise. Teresa is asking if in step 6 we do go through everything a second time. Yes, indeed, we can go through all the beads for a second time. We will not get back to this motif later unless by like attaching the clasp. And if we want to make it super sturdy, then we will want to go around one more time. It is a little bit like not so easy this second time, but to make it really sturdy, you will want to do this. And Monica says, it's not my color. I like more red colors. And you know how amazing turquoise looks like with red and with a bit of bronze or even beige. I don't like beige or white, but I have to admit that red, turquoise, bronze and beige, they just look amazing together. Janice is with us. She says, hi Erika, not beading today due to sorting out non-beading issues. Have fun. Thanks for checking in, Janice, and take care and have a wonderful weekend. And bead the bracelet later when you have a little bit of time. Anita is asking, is the middle supposed to be a bit bumpy or should I sit on it? I'm afraid you will have to sit on it in this case. It should be flat like this. Susan says, turquoise and red is the ocean sunset. And Sherry is also for turquoise, red and bronze. Shirley says, I love turquoise, but I don't like it with red. I love it with bronze or copper. Teresa says, I have turquoise seed beads and red full TILA and metallic khaki half TILAs. I'm really looking forward to see that combination. Niti, if your motif is not straight, then it will have to do something with the thread tension. It should not be bumpy. Alice says, love turquoise as well. What is there not to like? Oh, and Teresa also said gold fire polished. Yeah, those with turquoise. Eleanor says, turquoise is a nice color, but I rarely use it. And Sarah says, turquoise goes with anything. And I couldn't agree more. I still have it between my plans that I want you to challenge me one time, that tell me any kind of color And if I manage to come up with like a harmonious color combination, including turquoise and the color you told me, because I really, really think that turquoise just goes with everything, as Sarah says. Oh, and Susan says, am I the only one hearing delayed audio repeat? Does anyone else has an issue? I'm sorry if yes. Usually it's not a problem, but indeed it might be that the second webcam is making it a little bit more delayed. By the way, when you go around, oh yeah, Anita actually gave me a gift and she's already challenging me with a bead shape. And Lynn says, using turquoise, cobalt matte, AB, and orange, love it. Okay, Alice's audio is not working, Nicolene is good, Teresa is good. It seems that it is on your side if something is not working well, that maybe the connection is not so fast. Susan, the second cam is muted, in fact. I will double check to make sure, but yes, indeed, the second cam is muted. That's not picking up sound. So, how are you doing with the motif? I will hide now step number 5. And I will put on screen already the 7th step. So after the 6th step, you need to exit a fire polished bead, one of the fire polished beads which we added just now. And in the 7th, we will start building up the second motif. If you are more on the beginner side, then I would advise actually to like start anew every motif with a different thread, but it's kind of nice. So if you are up for a challenge, or if you are a more advanced beader, then I invite you to like do it my way. So we bead everything in just one go. By the way, Doreen is using also turquoise AB. And Alice says, I am out of my element using Picasso Garnet TILAs with red. Sounds really good. So, step 7. We are exiting now a fire polished bead. And we will kind of like mirror what we have already done. And we will start mirroring with the half tilas. So first, I pick up a half tila, bump up, remember, and then I bead through the second hole of the same half tila, like this. Then I pick up a number 15 and another half tila. And then I bead through the second hole of the half tila and the fire polished we were exiting before picking up the new beads. So this is how it should look like. And now I will continue through both holes of the first half tila, the number 15 in between, and the first hole of the second half tila I just picked up. By the way, I'm pretty sure that about like half of you is already like by the third motif by this time, because I'm talking so much today. You see, like the bike trip helped in recharging my energies, and again I'm talking a lot, just as before. Or maybe it has to do something that I drank like more than half of a �ㄎ𝐿 today, and also this is an espresso I just made, or okay, Adam made, I have to admit that it was not even my doing. So I will hide step number 6 and show step number 8. And hopefully everyone is doing all right. I don't see comments about the progress yet. Now I will complete this big circle. So I will pick up number 15, then then a normal TILA, another number 15, half TILA, number 15, half TILA, number 15. And I need to repeat this 3 times actually. And then I finish by adding a TILA and another number 15. Just make sure to look at the diagram and follow it strictly, and then you will not get lost. That how many TILAs and how many half TILAs. It's always, as you see, like our motif has like 4 parts. So you're done when you have like 4 TILA beads. Easy. Not to overcomplicate it. Lisa likes the thread pass. That makes me really happy. You know, I really, really hate adding new thread or like starting anew. So I like to come up with this, even if it's like a little bit tricky thread path, but I think it's so well worth it. So we don't have to like start anew again and again. I'm picking up my 4th TILA bead. And then, as you see, I already have 4 pairings. I skipped adding a number 15. I have to go back a little bit. Just a sec. TILA, another number 15. And when I have all of this, you see, to make sure that I have everything, I want to count like 1, 2, 3, 4 TILA beads and 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of half TILA, including this first pair which I attached to the fire polished bead. And when I picked up all the beads for the circle, then I will bead through the half TILA, number 15, and half TILA to join them into a circle. So this is it. This is how it should look like at the moment. So it starts to look like our first motif, right? What do you think? So, in the meanwhile, some questions. Corinna is asking, have you seen your earrings already, or they are new? They are actually pretty old. They are the Kalpana. There are the prototype of Kalpana. This is it. So, yeah, not new, but I still love to wear them. And Sherry says, I must go now. Enjoyed beading with everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye to Erika and everybody. And thank you for spending time with us, Sherry, and have a wonderful weekend. Sarah says, if I buy a pattern and I have to do motifs and then sew them together, I don't do that pattern. Of your way. Okay, now I know the secret. Now I know the secret. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm the same way. I hate starting anew, so you can count on me that It is very little chance that you will have to start a new and a new. Thank you, Karina. So ladies, I am still waiting for updates. How are you doing? In the meanwhile, I will hide step number 7 and I will put on screen step number 9. So, by the way, this time you will not need to go, when you finish step 8, you don't need to go one more time around everything. You can do it later. But actually, it's your choice if you want to go around one more time now or later. It will be possible because now we are working from the outside of the motif towards the inside, and we will also come out, of course. So you can decide that if you make the 2 thread passes right away, maybe it's actually easier, or you go in and then when like stepping out and out, then you make thread passes again and again. I will actually do it now. Until now, I was doing it always on my way out of the motif, but actually this is easier. And Corinne, okay, Alice is beading slow. I'm glad that you are with me, but Sarah already has 3 motifs. We have some very, very speedy beaders with us. Kata, do you have already like 5? How are you doing? Niti? So I need to finish by sewing through a TILA bead, and then I turn to the opposite direction by sewing through the open hole of the same TILA bead. And now the open holes of the TILA beads, they are facing the center of the motif. And I will now add half TILA beads between the open holes of the TILA beads to make the center. Oops, what am I doing? Like this. Beverly finished 2 motifs. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for beading with us, Beverly, and you too have a wonderful weekend. Kata says, working on the third because multitasking a bit, non-beading stuff. So, Kata, are you already like in between cooking your yummy treats? Kata is also Hungarian, just like me. We are both living in different countries, not in Hungary. Well, I have never, okay, I lived in Hungary, but as an adult, I was not born there. But culturally, we are both Hungarian. And today, also with Niti and another friend in the group, and my sister Yvette, who is my helper, we were talking about Hungarian yummy things. And Kata told us that she's going to actually cook some Hungarian treats. So, are you already like chopping the chicken on the side? And Peggy says, thank you, Erika. I enjoy you and the way you are teaching. Thank you so much, Peggy. This is like, this is like not an ordinary class. This is like a bit of craziness together to really just have fun and enjoy and just like, yeah, hanging out. Imagine this is like hanging out with friends. By the way, do you hear the birds in the background? Those are parrots, parakeets here in Amsterdam. They are always flying around in our garden. Oh, Joanna was called back to work early. Okay, then take care, Joanna, and see you soon. And yes, indeed, Kata was preparing for her yummy dinner. So, again, back to beading. I'm talking about lots of stuff, but my hands are kind of like on automatic mode. But then I'm even forgetting, like, yeah, beading. So back to beading. After I have added the half TILA beads, then I decided to go around one more time now to make it sturdier. And I need to finish by beading through both holes of a half TILA bead. First the hole, which I already used, and then the open hole, which is closer to the middle of the motif. And I think you can guess how are we continuing today now. So we will join the open holes of the half TILA beads with some MIYUKI DELICA 11s. And Reinhilde says, thank you, Erika, for the beautiful pattern again. Reinhilde, thank you. Well, thank you very much for beading with us. It's always a pleasure. Connie says, all the talking about turquoise made me to change my colors. We made Connie to cut apart her beadwork and to start anew. Aniko, she says, I just joined you to see you. I couldn't make it earlier today. So nice to see you and hear the parrots. I will bead the bracelet later. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for checking in, Aniko. Did you spend some time in the special shop where you have your beautiful jewelry? Aniko is another fellow Hungarian, by the way. She makes beautiful jewelry. And she just has like a special way of working with colors. Like even if I don't see her name right away, then I just know that it's her. Her way of putting together colors, just the style, how she's doing it. And also she's really good at making pictures. And she's selling her finished jewelry in a boutique art shop in Hungary. And sometimes she's also there in person. So did you spend time there today, Aniko? Lynn says, I couldn't get them to connect, so I will just make separate components and sew them together. That's also a great solution, Lynn. And afterward, if you want to ask any questions about the connections to make it easier for you for next time, then please feel free to ask in the Storytelling Beading Club, okay? Ula says, just ordered some TILA, soon sold out, hurry. Yes, indeed, some of the best colors are like really out of stock. We just added them like, what, 3 days ago? But yeah, they are good. Aniko says, I was in our shop yesterday. Today I had to go to the doctor. Thank you so much, Erika, for the compliments. You are too kind. It is everything very well deserved, Aniko, and I hope you are well, or that you will get soon well. And wishing you lots and lots and lots of success with your shop and your beautiful pieces. Connie says, I'm not talking about turquoise. Yeah, got it, but it made you decide to change the colors. So in the meanwhile, oh wow, I didn't even notice when did I do it, but through all this talking, during all this talking, somehow I managed to add the cylinder beads between the open holes of the half tilas. And now, after I reinforced the connections, I will add the rhinestone in the middle. It will be the same as before, that I'm exiting a cylinder bead, I pick up a rhinestone, and then I bead through the DELICA bead exactly on the opposite side. I go back through the rhinestone, I bead through the original DELICA one more time, and then I continue through the next half tila and the next DELICA. And now I can attach the rhinestone with one more stitch, because the rhinestone has, this one rhinestone has 2 holes. So again, I bead it through the rhinestone, through the DELICA on the other side, back through the rhinestone, and the DELICA. I'm pulling it tight, and then I need to bead on the edge of the motif, and then just as before, okay, here is a bit, sorry, I put accidentally the wrong thing on the screen. Hands back, beading board back. So, here's 11, where is step number 11? Yeah, this was like attaching the rhinestone, but I think that's not so important to show. So if you haven't done already the extra circles around your motif, then this is how you can bead out on the edge of the motif, by making the extra circles. And when you are done with this, then you can fill in, looking for number 13. Yeah. So when you are again on the edge of the motif, then just as before, you can add pairs of number 15 seed beads between half tilas and tilas, and 3mm fire polish beads between the half tila beads. So that's what I'm going to do now. And Niti says, so I was frustrated because of the bump, then I restarted. Now it is looking good. No need to eat more chocolate. I am working today with hollow ethereal shadows, crystal AB, opaque smoke luster, white pearl, and matte dark sea foam. That will be really nice. I hope to see your picture very soon. Already, like when we finish beading together, then everyone can like take a work in progress picture and show it to each other in the club, so we see how everyone is progressing. Since I feel that my motif needs a little bit of extra sturdiness, then I will just bead around one more time through the half tilas and the tilas and the number 15s. You can always do that, like if you think that it's not sturdy enough, then just go around one more time. Okay, it's the second time that I stuck the needle to myself. Another skill you need when you are beading live on a video, I just realized, is that even if you stick yourself, even if I stick myself, then I should not scream too loud, I think. I have to like, yeah, just, I don't want to scare you for your own sake. Sometimes I'm really like, ah! And then Adam is like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? And then I tell him like, yeah, you know, just the usual, just a needle below my fingernail. And he's like, oh my God, don't tell me, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Like, you asked. Yeah, so I try restricting myself of screaming when I stick myself during these videos. Elena says, I am out of turquoise TILAs, so today I use metallic variegated blue iris, transparent steel AB, and opaque wine silk matte. That sounds really good. And says, or bleed all over the beads. Indeed. So now I got back on the edge of my second motif, and I will add now fire polished beads between the half tilas and pairs of number 15s between like half tila and tila bead. And this is actually the part what I wanted to show you on screen. So in case that you have still some questions left, or there is something you would like to share with the group, then please just type in your questions, comments, whatever, so I can still answer them right away. Lutka says, Erika, I have to go. When I feel better, I will watch the video one more time and start making this beauty, maybe like earrings or a brooch. For now, thank you very much, Erika. Ladies, for hearing and seeing you on Tuesday for a coffee with Erika. Bye and have a nice weekend to you all. Lutka, dear, I hope that you will feel better soon. Lutka just wrote in the club that she is not feeling 100% good. So please, everyone, wish Lutka speedy recovery. We would love to see your beautiful beadwork as soon as possible and to see you 100% happy and good, most importantly, as soon as possible. So take care, Lutka, and see you soon. By the way, Lutka mentioned making earrings. And most of the time, when we are beading together, then I always tell you, like, yeah, and please feel free to modify the pattern into earrings and into a brooch and into a pendant. And today, there's a change. I tell you to stick to the bracelet. Maybe make it like a 2-row bracelet, like it's totally possible if you like connect 2 rows through the fire polished beads like this, if you like extra wide bracelets like me. However, this time it's forbidden to make earrings or to make a pendant. And just so you know that I'm not evil, the reason is that I am already making matching earrings and matching pendant, which will be a modification. And that's what we are going to bead next week. So don't run ahead, okay? Stick with the bracelet. If you feel the urge to bead more Anitas, bead 2 bracelets, bead 3 bracelets, but it is forbidden to bead earrings or to bead a pendant. Promise me, please. And this is how the earrings will look like, with some bicons, and the pendant will be even bigger. Guess who likes big pendants and big jewelry? And Katie says, Godspeed and prayers for a speedy recovery to feeling better. Niti says, take care, Lutka, get well soon. And Koto says, yes, boss. Remember. Otherwise, who knows what will happen next week. I will prepare the nice earrings, I will prepare the nice pendants, and yeah, I should have it in advance. That's no fun. Monica says, Erika, you are so funny. It's just the coffee. Blame the coffee. But thank you so much. You should talk to Adam. Tell him I'm funny. Sometimes he's saying, sometimes I'm too much. And Corinne says, I love big jewelry. That's the best kind of jewelry, isn't it? Like earrings at least this size. I have a pair. Well, now I was lying. It's not a pair. It's actually just one piece of earring, but then the cup chains are coming down like this, and I love it. And it looks so, so good with just a simple top, or with, for example, a leather jacket, and then you have the cup chains, and it's just amazing. So, I actually finished beading my second motif. So here it is. I hope that I will leave Corinne's message on the screen, because I love big jewelry. That's a message which everyone should read. And yeah, so before I say goodbye, I would love to tell you a bit about next week, because next week is going to be exciting. Already tomorrow, International Beading Week is coming, and that's the best part of the year for a beader, I think. Who agrees with me? Is there any other good kind of which would be better than International Beading Week? It's organized by the Bead Workers Guild, which is a charity organization in the UK, and they are working hard on promoting the love of beadwork, because the more the merrier. If we attract more people to start beading, then it means that more magazines and more shops and more just fun beady places can survive in the world, can be at the world. So it's really important. And to just talk about it, that it's fun and it's great and it's empowering, how awesome it is when we finish something, we overcome a challenge, and then we can say wow, I did well. So next week it's going to be all about all kinds of fun things, including announcing the winners of our contest, the storytelling beading contest. I will do it next Saturday. We will have an extra live event when I will announce the winners. Until then, Tuesday, as always, remember, Coffee Time with Erika is coming, and we are having a special guest for Coffee Time with Erika, talking about International Beading Week. So make sure to tune in on Tuesday, because it's going to be great. You will be able to ask questions in real life from someone who is really, really involved with organizing the International Beading Week. So it's going to be great. And I have also a little surprise for you. It will start tomorrow. It will come piece by piece and start tomorrow. And one more thing, that I already uploaded my contribution, my tutorial for International Beading Week. I will try showing you the image. So here it is. if you visit thestorytellingjeweler.com, then you can download the matching bracelet for the star anise pendant, which I made for the International Beading Week 2 years ago. Now we have a matching bracelet, and you can download it as a gift from me. So there is actually a new version because there were 2 typos in it, but I corrected it. So it's now up to date. Download it one more time if you have downloaded it already. And bead it, wear it. When people ask you, where did you get that nice bracelet? Then tell them that you made it and how awesome beading is. And share it on Facebook, share it everywhere on social media, and just tell everyone about how awesome beadwork is and how nice it is to spend time with other beaders and how much it gives us all. So I will say goodbye for now, and I'm waiting for you in the club, and let's show each other how we are progressing. There were so many nice combinations typed in the comments that I really want to see them. Please don't make me waiting. And I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend. Good luck to everyone who is still working on the submissions for the contest. Deadline tomorrow midnight, my time, Central European time, Amsterdam time, remember? And yeah, remember that we have the sale for those cute colors. Okay, not, this is not the correct one, not until the 1st of July, but until the 26th of July, we are having the sale for TILA, half TILA, and quarter TILA, and the colors are great. So make sure to check them out, and see you in the club, and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.